Oh, yeah, you know it's Testosterone Fantasy Sports. It's week 15. I'm going for a pair of titles. Yeastie's going for a few titles.
6.
Dang, man.
6.
What happened to the Yeastie curse, dude? I thought it was in full effect.
I haven't been on the show much. Maybe
What the heck,
I'm helping
dude?
myself this year.
So, because you're going for so many damn titles, dude, we got to have you on to break down more of the matchups. Let's jump right into it so we can get the knowledge out there to the junkies. It's so important that you guys start the right players this week. So I'm going to remind you right now that as soon as this show is over, come on to testosteronesports.com, log on to the Fat Chat. We're going to be there to help you set your lineups for your very important playoff matchup. It's probably only 30% of the guys in your league are still in the playoffs, so if that's you, you have a great chance to bring home the cash, and you definitely want to do that. So as we do our thing right now, we're doing it for you out there so that you can optimize what you've got going on and bring home the hardware. Let's get started right now. Green Bay, how many wins do they have? 5?
The hell, I don't know.
5. They're not even relevant anymore. It makes me sad because now I can't go around and talk smack to the Packer fans. They don't have anything to say. It's a little bit discouraging. I don't know what else to say about it, but the Packers, man, they're going on their way to Jacksonville. Give us your take on fantasy plays in this game.
Jacksonville is pretty much quit, so I'm going to start any Packer that I have available. I would start Aaron Rodgers, Ryan Grant, Greg Jennings. Hopefully those are the only ones. No.
Okay.
Mason Crosby. I'm going to start their defense in our tough league, even over Tennessee against Houston. So, roll all your Packers out there and hope for the best. Hope that they show up like they have all year. They're not winning a lot of games, but they're putting up a lot of fantasy points. So, keep rolling with them.
Donald Lee's been a little bit of a surprise here this season. Do you think owners can continue to rely on him right now?
If they've got Donald Lee, chances are he's the best option available. So go with him. If you're still looking out there, Tony Scheffler might be available for a lot of teams. So I would go with Tony Scheffler over Donald Lee. But if you've got him, go ahead and go with him. Certainly. And Fred Taylor on the IR now. Mm-hmm. So Maurice Jones-Drew is going to get the rock. Basically,
dude, the Pack can't stop anybody on the ground at all. I mean, I could put up a $120 and a touchdown against them.
Seriously.
Yeah, dude. I would dance with Johnny Jolly a little bit, but I'm telling you.
All right. So Maurice Jones-Drew makes a good play.
He does.
Other than that, Matt Jones starts his suspension. He's done for the rest of the year. I really don't know who you're going to target in the Jacksonville passing game. Hopefully you don't have to target anybody because if you have any of those guys, you're not in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs,
anyway. So,
right. So
roll with Mojo, roll with the kicker and the defense if you need to. That's about it as far as
all
Jacksonville
your Packers
goes.
Very, very good. Tennessee on their way to Houston. Houston surprised by beating the Packers last week. That was awesome to see. I feel bad a little bit for the Cheeseheads. No, I don't feel bad at all. I think that if they had number 4 over here, they might be doing a lot better, but they let him go.
Favre?
Number 4, Brett Favre.
Okay, good, because I don't look good in the tight pants anymore, bro, so that's okay.
Well, that's a matter of opinion, and if you ask our good buddy Zach, I think he might beg to differ just a little bit. Zach back in the booth with our director Alex getting their thing on right now. Thanks a lot for that. Tennessee going to Houston. Don't you think this is going to be a slaughter fest? Or do you think that guy like Andre Johnson and Steve Slayton will still get going?
The last couple times that Tennessee has played at Houston, it's been a pretty high-scoring game. That was the game when Rob Baronis kicked 8 field goals, and it was 52-48 or whatever it was. I don't know. It was 37-29 or something like that. So Houston's proven that they can put up a lot of points. I wouldn't roll with Matt Schaub this week just based on the amount of pressure that Tennessee can get on the quarterback. But if you have Andre Johnson, you're still going to go with him. Kevin Walter makes a solid number 3 wide receiver if you need him. And chances are if you have Steve Slayton, you have to roll with him, even though this is a pretty bad matchup. But it is at home for Houston, so go with him if you need to.
Slayton's pretty good as far as an all-purpose kind of back, but Tennessee has their own version of that high-powered back. They spent their first-round pick on Chris Johnson, and he's been worth every single penny. That kid is amazing. He's got great speed and great moves to boot. Don't you think he could get off in a major way, or do you like the grinded-out style of Lindell White more in this matchup?
Well, Lindell's been limited so far this week by a knee problem, so watch that injury news as the week goes on. So hopefully by the time this airs, we'll have a better picture of how that goes. I'd roll Chris Johnson out there with confidence. I've got him in 5 out of the 6 leagues that I'm in, so obviously I have a huge man crush for him. So Chris Johnson, go out there and take me into the championship games next week.
Talking about Chris Johnson, what's that noise?
Oh, sorry. I'd just be impressed that I could actually hit that. That'd be all right. Anyways.
Another divisional matchup. San Diego finally got their winning ways going last weekend against Oakland, albeit. This week they play about as bad a defense. They go to Kansas City. Yeah. Kansas City's been a surprise they have been competing very well in the last couple weeks, thanks to some opportunistic defense and the grinded out style of Larry Johnson. What's your take on this game, Yeastie? Do you think Tyler Thigpen can hook up with Dwayne Bowe against a soft San Diego secondary?
San Diego gives up a ton of points to tight ends. They give a ton of points in the passing game. Zach Miller and I have both been all over Tyler Thigpen for a few weeks now. We saw him last year in the preseason game. He was by far the best quarterback on the field when we saw him when he was with the Vikings. I bet you they'd like to have him right now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm actually starting Tyler Thigpen in a couple of leagues, so I'm going to roll with him. Dwayne Bowe, if you have him, throw him out there. Larry Johnson, I don't expect huge numbers from him, but, you know, if you've got him, you've got to roll with him. Tony Gonzalez obviously is a must-start. It's going to be the top tight end this week, it looks like. On the San Diego side of the ball, you've got to go with Phillip Rivers. You've got to go with LaDainian, even though he hasn't performed well. But, I mean, this is why a lot of guys have LaDainian for right now.
Right.
Is for the late-season push in the playoffs. He's got Oakland, he's got Kansas City. It's great matchups. So roll LaDainian out there and hope that he can, you know, summon up something for the last few weeks and take you to a title. Yeah,
it should be an interesting game. Just one note on Larry Johnson really quick. It seems like he's not running with much heart or intensity at all. He's the kind of guy who, if he was on a team who had a chance at the playoffs or were fighting for a wild card spot even, that he would run harder. Yeah. He's a very, very talented guy, but he's also very into himself, and he seems to be the kind of guy who wants to preserve his body and keep himself from sustaining any injury by running too hard.
All they have to do is put girls at the end of the end zone with some drinks and stuff, and their boyfriends around. He'll just run straight to them to try to talk to them. So if I was the Chiefs, that's what I'd do as a marketing group. You know, get some skanks at the end of the end zone and let him run towards them and try to, you know,
and dude, what a great radio contest that would be. You know, they could be like, come down to the game this week. Larry Johnson will spit on you.
Yeah. Maybe not.
Okay.
Lawsuit waiting to happen, bro.
This is the blowout of the week alert. Cleveland going to Philadelphia. Philadelphia's been money.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Don't you think?
It's not going to be a blowout.
Wait, you don't like
Ken
Cleveland,
Dorsey.
do you?
We got Ken Dorsey. We've got
Cleveland fan.
We've got Ken Dorsey. Braylon Edwards has 1.5 hands.
Yes.
So we've got him. Winslow's out.
Elephantitis again?
Dude, screw it. We're screwed.
Yeah, this is going to be bad.
That's going to be very
bad. Start all your Eagles. Brian Westbrook is going to be off chain this weekend. I like Deshaun Jackson, even though it seems like he's hit a bit of a rookie wall.
Yeah.
That tends to happen to some of those guys. We're not seeing guys like Donnie Avery or Jackson pop to the tune of what they were doing in week 4 and 5 and 6. So you got to kind of take a note there. L.J. Smith makes a decent play. But
actually makes a pretty good play.
I think so,
gives
too.
Up quite a few points to the tight ends. Yeah. Now I'm depressed.
But as far as Cleveland goes, you can't really play anybody. They're the Browns. They're brown for a
only
reason.
Guy,
man. They're poopy.
The only guy it's jacked up. The only guy that you can play is Phil Dawson if you have a kicker. You know, I mean, if he's your kicker, and that's pretty damn sad when the first guy that I'm talking about is
Phil Dawson. I mean, they're going to get shut out.
Oh, they're not going to get.
He might get 2 field goals.
Yeah.
So if you want 6 points from your kicker,
I'm just trying to be positive.
I understand, dude.
I mean, seriously.
I mean, you guys got Braylon.
No.
I mean, you guys got a great running. At least your head coach is.
We've got a great No, we don't have that.
I mean, you guys have some good talent.
We have some sweet-looking uniform.
I like Sean Rogers.
Yeah?
Eric Wright is money, and I would like to just give props out right now to this team in the Insanity League that I play in. We're going to have Zach on. We had Zach on earlier in the game. He's my partner in this Insanity League. We play against a bunch of fantasy football experts here, and we are shooting for the title game. We're hoping to play, if it works out all right, we'll be playing against Jesse.
Nice.
And so it would be an all-testosterone Super Bowl, which would be fantastic. And Eric Wright has been money for us.
That's what I'm talking about.
The waiver wire
right
pickup of the year for us. It's been really great.
Go Eric Wright.
But and Eric Wright has a chance to pick off Donovan McNabb this weekend. Really hoping that happens.
You know, I'm debating Donovan or Drew Brees in the tough league, dude.
Donovan or Drew Brees? I think you want to go with the one that brung you, dude, and that's Drew. You know, dance with the one that brung you. Drew Brees, I think he's going to have a nice game.
I think I got to go Donovan. I really do.
It doesn't surprise me that you'd want to do that. It's such a great matchup. You know, New Orleans, they're on the road against
They've got
Chicago.
A soft pass defense, but
we tape on Thursday night, so at this point, when you're watching this show, the game has happened, obviously. We're taping right before that game happens, so we don't know what is going to happen. But Brees, a boy from the Bayou, started his career in...
He played in Purdue, though. He played at Purdue.
You're right about that, but it's been years since he's had to face a tough defense.
I'm going Donovan.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, I hope that I'm not giving you
I'm going to look like a
curse or anything
jackass
like
right
that.
now at Saturday night at 9:30. They're going to be, you're an idiot,
Right.
Yeastie. God, that fat bastard is a moron.
Send all your emails, scathing emails, to Yeastie at testosteronesports.com.
Luckily, Breeze will have already played by the time this airs, so who cares?
Right, that's right. And send all of your "we love you" emails to Jeff at testosteronesports.com. That's it for us on this show. We'd like to thank you for joining us once again. If you notice that we don't have one full segment of matchups, go on to testosteronesports.com. You'll find a web-only segment there. We break down another 5 groupings of games, and then also make sure to come on to the Fat Chat. We love you guys out there. We do this stuff for you and for all the love that we have for the NFL and for
Go
fantasy
Browns.
football. And we'd just like to thank Zach and Sean and Yeastie for being here this weekend. Alex in the booth, as I try to spit that out.
Jesse's
I'm Jeff
pasty
for
butt
Jesse
on the
down
beach.
in Mexico. This is Testosterone signing out. Make sure to tune in each and every week, because if you want to win,
You got to tune in even for the Browns content.
to Testosterone Fantasy Sports.
Peace out.